Compost has a fine structure that immediately releases nutrients to the plants once incorporated in the soil. Fresh manure may burn your crop, especially on sandy soils. Moreover, manure, when not well decomposed, contains weed seeds, and when applied to the field, increases weed infestation.
Compost is also more powerful than manure. That is why we go to great effort to compost rather than just manure.
So what are the other advantages of compost? By applying compost, the structure of your soil improves and it will stay moist for a long time. As a bonus, what is less known is that the microorganisms in compost attack striga seeds in the soil. Compost also decreases the amount of striga that will sprout and reduces its negative effect on cereal crops. Now that we've seen the advantages of compost, let's have a look at what's needed to prepare it. First, there are hard materials that do not decompose easily, like the stalks of cereals. Then there are materials that easily decompose, like household waste, fallen leaves and animal droppings. Some elements speed up the decomposition, such as ash, fine clay, or pulverized termite heaps. Finally, water is fundamental.
In order for compost to be a good compost that degrades, you need a lot of water. If it is well watered, well decomposed, and you bring it to the field, you will know that you will have a good harvest.
Now that we know the ingredients, let's proceed with the production of compost. Compost can be made in a heap or a pit. In humid countries or during the rainy season, compost is made in a heap to avoid excess water in the pit. On the other hand, in arid countries, compost is better made in a pit to retain the humidity and nutrients. In this case, the compost does not necessarily have to be turned.
When you put all the ingredients in a pit and water it, all the materials will completely degrade. The color of the compost becomes very black, blacker than this one made of manure that you water in the open air.
With some extra effort, the pits left after brick making can be used to construct a compost pit. Let's look at how farmers in Swara village, about 500 kilometers northeast of Bamako in Mali, make compost. To dig a pit, Arafi Thera has carefully chosen a location close to a water source. Arafi's pit is 4 meters long and 2 meters wide. With a depth of 1.5 meters, he'll have enough compost for 1 hectare. As digging is hard work, Arafi asks his friends to help. Moreover, as the soil is too hard, Arafi has decided to complement the pit with a small wall. Once the pit is made, he levels and hardens the bottom to reduce water infiltration. When soils are too sandy, some farmers use clay or cement to harden the bottom. Termite hill powder or fine clay is added as a first layer. Water this layer. Now we add hard materials like millet or sorghum stalks. To help decompose the stalks, you can cut the stalks into smaller pieces or let your animals walk and urinate on the stalks before putting them in the pit. When cereal stalks are not available, because they're used for other purposes, you can use other vegetative material like straw or fallen leaves. Water the stalks sufficiently and water after each layer. Kitchen waste and animal droppings follow. Then add some ash. Fallen leaves and kitchen waste are added as he goes along until the pit is filled. Water all layers abundantly. Finally, to reduce evaporation, he closes the pit with fine earth, palm leaves, or old mats. Let's listen to two farmers who explain how they verify the level of decomposition in the pit.
Yo ozuna lo munyo bemi o ana pasi me dezabwara fafa ho ye an.
To know whether your compost needs water, you shake the poles a bit. When you see that the poles do not move a lot, you know that the compost needs water. When you remove them, you will notice that the compost has eaten the bark that was on the poles and has only left naked wood. Then you know that your compost is decomposed. I take my pick and dig a bit in the compost. I insert my hand in the hole made by the pick. I can also put a small quantity on my foot. If it burns my hand or foot, then I know that I need to add water.
The compost will be ready in 2 to 3 months. A cart, wheelbarrow or basket make it easy to collect the materials and transport the compost to the field.
If you do not have working tools, people who have them, when you see them working, you need to help them. When you help them until the day when it is your turn, you ask them to help you for the simple reason that you do not have all the working tools. There you are. That is how we proceed here.
Spread the compost. Work the soil to avoid the loss of nutrients, and sow on the same day. Compost can also be applied just before planting in small holes or zai pits. During their farmer field school, farmers in Saibi village tested the effect of compost. In the plot to the left, no compost has been added. The millet is less strong, and there's more striga. In the plot to the right, compost has been added. The millet is healthy, and striga infestation is reduced. Let's summarize what we've learnt. Poor soil increases the effects of striga and reduces the yield of cereal crops. Compost is the best natural fertilizer obtained from available organic materials. In arid zones, a pit conserves the humidity and nutrients better than a heap. Watering is fundamental for a good decomposition. By applying compost, the effect of striga in your field is reduced.
Seize the day. Seize the day. A compelling blend of drama, passion, and misery. Luciana is young, beautiful, and rich. Her moments are fun and never-ending. But a close look reveals an insensitive and envious girl. Being a spoiled model, Luciana's envy of supermodel Helena extends beyond the catwalk.
Are you okay?